So you're walking around your Five Below and you notice this doll named Zoe. And you're thinking, wow, there's a lot of great articulation on these fashion figures. And they're available in both, lighter skin and darker skin, and maybe a third skin on some of these. And you also think, didn't I see something like this in another store? And you might be thinking to yourself, I think I did after I dropped my scissors while walking around Five Below. When I was at Five Below, not Five Below, but the other store, I think it was like Mars Halls or something else. I noticed they had an identical one to this, and it was completely identical in every way except for the box. So if I took this out and stick in the other one, you wouldn't know the difference. On the other box, they had something called Sophie 16. And I thought, they look an awful lot alike. And I was going to do a video comparison of the two, but I've already taken that one out of the box, and the box is now trashed. Normally, I would not buy these, except that I use the action figure type body for other figures. Like there's a Ryan, or whatever his name is now, for the, I keep wanting to say Kelly Club, the Chelsea Club. So there is a head. I want to see if I can do a switch and make it older Ryan instead of the ones in those awful, awful bodies. Okay. So there's only two of these you can get. If you want it and you think she's adorable, that's fine. And she is. She's an adorable figure. But, you can only get like her in a scooter, her in a basketball, she comes in all these different things with just slightly different dresses. And over at the Dollar Tree, they got little things for her hands to be on there for. That's nice. Can't point the camera down a little bit more. So she can be held onto the scooter by this, and her hands can be held onto that. So that's cool. That's some thoughtfulness. The scooter itself is a big pink brick. It's got real rubber tires though. That's nice. They're not like just plastic. They're real rubber tires. It's got a kickstand, which that big. Yeah, I mean, you may need it if you're trying to put it on your shelf, which I don't know, maybe it does that. But then again, I don't know many people that are fashion figure collectors like me that also collect other things I collect. All right, so this one has a terrible little hair gap right there, and I don't know if it's just something you can comb back or what, but they don't have the greatest hair to begin with. Now again, I said I think that this has got the same skin tone as one of the Ryan figures I have, that I can give him a body because it's very homogeneous as far as the bodies. They could be a male or female, except obviously the dress is very female. That humongous flower, good gosh. So the action figure bodies, they can do splits. They can do full 90-degree bend at the hip, and I bet say she has some panties on, but she doesn't. And at the knee, and the knees can go around if you ever need that. The feet, however, don't have any articulation, and I'm actually liking that better personally, because the last thing you want to do is snap her foot off inside of a shoe. So that makes it a little bit stronger in my personal opinion. These remind me a lot of the fashion figures you could buy for pretty cheap off of AliExpress. But, if you're in Five Below and you see one of these, why would you just go ahead and leave it there and go to AliExpress and buy something for about the same price? Now, their hands do come off. I don't know why, but I do think their wrists look a little scary because they look like they're about to break sometimes. So that's when I found out that their hands come off. The heads come off fairly easy. I think there's like not even anything inside there. See, there is a knob, but I'm not talking about like a moving mechanism. There's nothing moving. So I'm planning on rearranging this with a Ryan head. Hopefully it's the same color. If not, I'll just put her back on there. Now she is dark, but she's not quite dark enough. She can actually be, especially with the little pigtails, she reminds me of a Cherokee figure. Well, a Native American figure, but when I say Native American, I say Cherokee because that's my tribe. She reminds me of a Cherokee figure I had back, I got it from Toys R Us back in the 90s. And that was like my, one day I'll have a daughter that looks like this. She'll have all my genetic genes from my dad's side of the family. And well, my mom's side has a lot of Cherokee in it too. So, there we go. This dress is really, it's kind of baggy, like she's swimming in it. Again, the articulation is fantastic for these figures. So I think for $5, you're going to get a good deal if you buy one of these. If you want to buy the Sophie 16, which is the same thing with a different name, they're actually $5.99. So you're going to pay $90 more, basically. So it's up to you. I don't think there's any change in the quality from Zoe to those. But if you do have to find out that there is something different that I'm missing, please let me know in comments below. Maybe you're thinking, no, Zoe's the generic one. The other one's perfect in every way. I doubt it. I'm just saying, I really doubt it. And I think I do have one of those, and I need to compare them. But this one is from Five Below, the Zoe brand. The Sophie 16 is from the, what is the other place called again? I think it's Marshall's or TJ Maxx. We don't have TJ Maxx, we have Marshall's, which I call Mars Halls. And it looks like it's about to pour down rain. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short, but y'all have a fantastic Friday.